I had 2 grilled cheese sandwiches and it put me out of commission for 2 days. My stomach might be from Temu. However, Yoshi P gave us a hint as to the future of Final Fantasy XIV. Let's get into this. Hello, everybody. It's your boy Jmulls, and am I a well-traveled man? Ignore today's date and pretend that it's New Year's and pretend that I didn't accidentally wait 8 days to talk about this. Goal. However, producer and director Naoki Yoshida put out his New Year's greetings, and he gave us a little something for the future of the game. A tease, a riddle, if you will. That said, it won't be long before April is here, and with it the next fan festival. There will be plenty to share about what's next for Final Fantasy XIV because they're going to be announcing almost certainly the next expansion, 8.0, so it'll be full steam ahead when we return to the office, talking about the little break they take for New Year's. Final Fantasy XIV has already taken its first step on a new 10-year journey, and this year will mark an especially significant second step. As I said, the world is changing, and Final Fantasy XIV must be ready to change alongside it, reflecting the demands of an evolving market as well as the ways you live and play. Drawing on everything we've learned, we are fully committed to delivering new experiences and fresh surprises in the years ahead. I hope you're looking forward to the next update, as well as everything we have planned for the upcoming fan festivals. And just as I was contemplating my keynote speech, what should I find but this note slid under my office door? Dude, that's such a great opportunity to say, like, chamber door. Nevermore, you know. Past the stern, and yes, I had to look up this word, by the way. Behind or toward the rear of a ship or aircraft. Backward, stern, foremost. And you know, Dawntrail began with us going to Tulial on a boat. So some more like ship/ocean/high seas imagery. Past the stern, we scan the sea. Well, there you go. In search of that which yet may be frail. Playthings of the restless tide. Punctuation is important, people. Yet wind and wave shall be our guide. Past the stern, we scan the sea in search of that which yet may be. Frail playthings of the restless tide, yet wind and wave shall be our guide. So really leaning into ocean and like ship overall imagery and themes. Sea and wind being 2 predominant elements here. From the journal of a well-traveled young man. It's probably me. Eloquent words that paint a scene both serene and contemplative, grappling with the restless tides of change. Lessons learned on wind and wave no doubt carry this young author ever forward to exciting new horizons. Words worth aspiring to, I'd say. Almost certainly supposed to be also a reference to how he views the current state of the game and the future direction of probably not just the game but also his future career. With a great deal ahead of us, starting with the North American Fan Festival in Anaheim, following very closely by patch 7.5. Before you know it, we'll be gathering again this summer in Berlin for the European Fan Festival, and then in October for yet another one here in Japan. On top of that, the Chinese version is caught up to our global release schedule, with the Korean version not far behind, making for an especially busy time for the team. There's much and more I'd love to share with you right now, but I ask that you wait just a little longer until the start of the fan festivals. As I've been theorizing, they want to talk about a lot of the changes actually making to the game foundationally when we actually get to the fan fests, because they'll almost certainly being an 8.0 thing. More than anything. The development and operations team will continue to pour our hearts and souls into crafting new tales of adventure that we may help guide you, Warriors of Light, towards horizons not trails yet unseen. Ere the next chapter in our tale begins, we hope you'll take this season to slow down, rest well, and enjoy a healthy and happy start of the year. I may have just downed a giant like chocolate bar. I mean, it comes from a plant, right? That's like a health food. Again, I wish you a happy new year and thank you for your continued support. And then we got this nice little piece of art here. It's the year of the horse, to my knowledge. We got a little bomb cloud in the distance here, Tataru here, a Moogle, some Scotland representation here with the unicorn. That or it's a severed head, who knows? Okay, so let's actually try to break this down. Past the stern, we scan the sea in search of that which yet may be. Frail playthings of the restless tide, yet wind and wave shall be our guide. I feel like as if the ocean and sailing will be a major theme for this next expansion in some degree. I have been theorizing for a while now that the seasons themselves are going to be a massive recurring theme for the overarching new arc we have. They called Dawntrail the summer vacation. I imagine the next next expansion will be like the fall/autumn, then the one after that winter, then the one after that spring, and then maybe depending on timing, we have another one for like summer, or one season like gets 2 expansions or like 1.5. Who knows how they actually do this. I think the next big story arcs will be broken up into seasons though. Dawntrail was supposed to be the summer vacation. Now we go into the fall. And when it comes to the world of Final Fantasy XIV, the places we have yet been, there are 3 main locations that come to mind that this could possibly be referring to. You have the islands where the Malala come from, that we explored a little bit with that one variant dungeon, but like to me, those islands were known as like the Islands of Eternal Summer. I don't feel as if we would go there for like a fall themed expansion. That just doesn't sit overly right with me unless that leans into the overarching like story that's going on with whatever's happening with like the Great Withering or whatever they want to call it in Japanese, and what's actually going to happen to not only the shards but also almost certainly the source. So it's like, I think that makes a lot of sense, especially with what we've been focusing on in Dawntrail, that being the story of Kryl and also the Malala with Treno that we just covered in 7.4. And if they do pull the trigger and actually just delete the 9th or have the 9th become basically uninhabitable with whatever the Great Withering ends up being, maybe there's a storyline where we take the Malala and bring them back to the source and they try to go back to their own like native island chain. My second idea is that this could be a reference to Hingashi. Now, this is pure, unadulterated tinfoil hat. I will fully admit that right here and now. But like, maybe I just don't recall the world map of Final Fantasy XIV well enough right now. There's not too many other places unless we want to deal with somewhere else in like the new world, which I don't think we're going to do immediately to a significant degree, that is an overly nautical theme. And I think Hingashi fits the bill because it's basically just Final Fantasy XIV Japan that is another chain of islands. Let's hop on over to Reddit, specifically this one for the world map here. And like, you can see there's like other places we could technically go, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the major ones we've kind of already done, mainly Thavnir. We've been to Sharlayan before. We could do the South Sea Isles, right? Like, as we just covered, we could do that. Yoshi P basically said we're not doing Mirror City anytime soon, so that rules that one out. There's some like scattered islands in like the middle of the map here. It's like, maybe we could do that, but something I've always been kind of hopping on about ever since like Stormblood for me personally is like how much detail we actually have for like Hingashi overall that we just have never really expanded on because there's a completely isolationist nation in Final Fantasy XIV here. It's like we have basically Mount Fuji, we have a city right here. It's like there's like an odd amount of detail for a place we haven't been to yet outside of Kugane. And I'm just personally ruling out like any location that is either far to the south or far to the north, because I imagine that would be better suited for an expansion that is supposed to be the winter of the storyline instead of the fall/autumn. Something at like the latitude of where like Hingashi is really checks a lot of boxes for me. Now, like, right, it could be like North America or South America over here with Tulia Lol, right? Like, it could be that. Like, maybe we go to like the northern US and Canada, maybe even Greenland, who knows? That could be very timely. Or we go down to basically Final Fantasy XIV, Argentina, and Chile. But with the way this journal entry is written, really makes me feel like we're going somewhere in the high seas to get here. Now, there is another place that this could be, and it's always the biggest spoiler for when it comes to where we going next in this new story arc for Final Fantasy XIV. Shard hopping, I mean, old reliable, right? Who knows what the other shards that we have yet to visit actually look like and are composed of? One of them could easily be like a water world that is composed of a lot of islands and stuff like that. And we go for a full Wind Waker arc. Would I mind that? Absolutely not. That'd be awesome. But I'm just saying, right? Like, it could be in reference to something like that instead of trying to like pinpoint a place in Aetheris itself. There's always the possibility that it's not even related to the ocean and this is supposed to be like more metaphorical. I don't really feel as if they would use imagery like wind, wave, and sea as much as they have here, or as much as Yoshi P has here, if that wasn't supposed to be a direct hint to something. Maybe it's referencing something smaller, but if we're dealing with a place that involves a lot of water, that would kind of check the overall overall vibe this has given off to me, at least. I don't really mind any of those options personally also, by the way. I'm very much open-ended. I don't feel as if we need to go to any one specific place or anything like that. It really depends upon what 7.5 actually amounts to and what it turns out to be. They've written this story in such a way where I'm just like fully enthralled with what's going on. Just take me on this adventure, take me on this journey. I just like to speculate. But going to Hingashi has been somewhere that I've wanted to visit in Final Fantasy XIV fully for a long time at this point. And maybe you could do something along the lines of what we did in Dawntrail, where we like explore Tulialol, but also a shard at the same time. Maybe they could do something along those lines for like Hingashi as well, with a couple of zones of Hingashi and a couple of zones of like, who knows, maybe like the 4th or something. Now, having said that, yeah, hear me out, Yoshi P. Houseboats, huh? Yeah, I'm just saying though. Bro, is it April yet? It's like, at this point, I'm so morbidly curious about the future. I just need answers. Bring me FanFest. But here's where you come in. Leave a comment down below with your best theory about where we're going next for Final Fantasy XIV. Where do you think we're going in 8.0? Heck, what do you think gonna happen in 7.5? Leave your best theory in the comment down below, and I may react to it in a future video. Look, we're on track to have like one major patch of this entire year. We gotta think of something. And it should be pretty fun. And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. And would doing a reboot really kill the game? Oh, we got a plethora, a smorgasbord of hard takes for ya and your viewing consumption. Want to find out more? Well, you should check out this video right here for more. Stay safe, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Until we meet again.